Hello students. So let us discuss the next part of the lesson, livelihood and the struggles of urban workers. In the previous classes we have discussed about the problems of mill workers and brick kilns workers and hawkers. They don't have any trade unions to fight for their rights. Clear? So after industrial revolution, so many workers fought to get the dignified life and a just share of their produce. So already we have discussed in the previous class for which rights they fought. So once again we will recollect. So they fought for right to productive and safe employment, right to leisure and rest, right to employment security. Already we have discussed, this is one of the most important right, and income security, work security, skill improvement, and collective voice. So who are working in a factory, who formed trade unions in those factories, those are collectively fighting for their rights. But the self-employed workers and who are working in unorganized sectors, already we have discussed, 90% of Indian workers are working in unorganized sector. Here unorganized sector means the organization which is not controlled by the government, which is not followed the rules and regulations. So that is called unorganized sector. So who are working as a street vendors, hawkers, knife sharpeners. So they don't have any trade unions and they are not getting any facilities. Okay. So here one table given. So we'll discuss those. Here Fabrotex, KRS Medicine Factory, brick kilns. Already we discussed problems of workers who are working in these three organizations. So some questions are given here. So let us discuss. First one, right to productive and safe employment. Is there in these organizations or not? Yeah, already know that right to productive and safe employment is provided in some organizations only. One is first one Fabritex and KRS Medicines. Those are the big factories. They provided for permanent employees, not in brick kilns. Clear? So here there is no such provisions are there in brick kilns. Clear? Next. Right to leisure and rest. So already we have discussed here in every factory three types of workers were there. One is permanent workers, second one is badli workers, another workers are casual or contract workers. So in these factories who are working under factory, who are working as permanent workers have these facilities. And here brick kilns there is no chance. Why? Because they work more than 15 hours per day to earn more income. They are getting piece rate per brick, they will get 10 paisa. If they manufacture 1000 bricks per day, they will get 108 rupees. If they don't do more, if they don't produce more, they don't get more income. That's why they don't take rest in the daytime. Continuously, whole family do hard work to produce more bricks. Clear? So right to employment security. So right to employment security is there in these factories. Okay, that too for only permanent workers, not casual workers, and contract workers they can remove at any time. Only permanent workers are unable to remove or suspend. So that is one procedure is there to remove those workers, and we should the factory one should pay some compensation to them if they removed. Okay, here there is no right of employment security. So these are the migrate people, seasonal workers. So in the December they will come to work in the brick kilns and they will leave by June. Okay, next, income security. Here also same problem. Income security means regular income, fixed salary will get only permanent workers in Fabrotex and KRS medicine factory. Okay, and casual workers and contractor workers also get fixed income, but they will receive only less wages when you compare with the permanent workers. In Brooklyn already we discussed, so they will get piece rate. So based on the production only they will get the income. There is no income security. So after working 6 months, so they earn to repay the advance only. They will get the income that is sufficient to repay the advance. Sometimes they cannot carry money to their homes. Okay, work security. So work security is there in Fibrotex and KRS medicine factory for permanent employers, and here work security is not there. Skill improvement. Sometimes in factories management provide training facilities, and sometimes workers will send to another areas to learn more. Okay, so here there is no facility. Right to collective voice. So in only Fibrotex factory there was a union, they allowed to form a union, but KRS medicine factory denied to form the trade unions, and here brick kilns don't have any trade unions. More than 2 lakhs people work in brick kilns in Telangana, and Telangana people migrate to some other states to work in brick kilns, but they don't have any unity and trade unions. Clear? So by observing this, only who are working in a big factories and organized sectors will get some facilities and rights. Clear? Next, informal work and workers in towns. So already we discussed so many people migrating from rural area to urban areas for their livelihood, for work, for employment, for better wages, for better facilities. Okay, so in Telangana and also in the other Indian states, towns and cities are becoming bigger and bigger year by year with the migrating people. Okay, so normal growth is there in population, but how the cities are, urban cities are growing on with the migrating people only. Okay, people are rapidly shifting from villages to these towns, but many of them do not get sufficient regular employment there. So if the people more people migrate to cities, so cities cannot provide employment. Okay, and do a variety of odd jobs. People are after shifting to towns. So previously those were the farmers, but here they are working as a security guards, watchmen, and they're working in small shops like vegetable vendors. Okay, they are becoming the self-employed people like that. Clear? They sell vegetables or other items, make and sell snacks, work in tea stalls or small factories, stitch clothes, load and unload in markets, work as domestic maids, especially women work as a domestic maids in houses. Many of them produce goods at home, weaving clothes, papads, pickle, doing embroidery, etc. So these are called small scale industries. If any small scale industries there are there, so these workers will join in that and work as a laborers and are engaged through putting out system. Most of these activities do not get registered with the government. So these are very small organizations, okay, opened by some low income people. So these are not registered. Okay, workers of these kinds can be called informal workers who are working in these small scale industries in small organizations. Those are called informal workers, and the nature of such work is called informal work. So, who are working in unorganized sector or all called as informal workers. Okay, next. So, here common feature is, so the people won't get any facilities, and these people who are opening these organizations need little capital or skill training, but the employment is both irregular and very low paying. Why? Because their organization also very small, they are unable to provide facilities to their workers and they unable to pay more wages to them. As such, these workers are in a very vulnerable position. So they can't leave the work and they don't get more salaries. Okay, so sensitive, and unlike permanent workers in factories and offices who get employed and paid regularly, these workers do several jobs in a day. They may distribute newspapers in the morning, work in the tea shops during the day time, and cook in some houses in the night, or working as a security guards, night security guards in factories or shops. Why they are doing multiple jobs per day? Because to earn more income. So in these unorganized sectors, they don't get more salary to run their family, to lead their family, to provide facilities to the family. They work in different jobs in a day. Okay, next. This keeps them busy throughout the day without any rest. In most cases, all members of their families, including children, work to earn. So already we have discussed. So along with the bricklayer workers, so children also migrate. So they discontinued their studies. They became dropouts. Okay, like that here also, to earn more income, so all family members will engage with work, including children. So the children usually remain uneducated. So fathers also, parents also already uneducated. That's why they are doing jobs in unorganized sector. If the children became uneducated, then they they also in future they work as a laborers in different organizations. Okay, when faced with financial problems, they try to cut their expenditure by taking children out of schools or cutting down on food or medicines. So in some families, if they face financial problem, then what they will do, they remove the children from the schools. Okay, taking children out of schools. So what they will do, the children also work as a child labor in hotels, in houses, in somewhere. Okay, and sometimes they reduce the food, taking the food. They don't use vegetables more. They don't use carbohydrates, vitamins. Okay, and even they don't take the medicines also. Then what happen? So their health will be spoiled. Immunity powers will be reduced. It causes the diseases attracted. Okay, like that. They are forced to take small loans from friends and relatives and at times from money lenders to maintain their family. Okay, to face the problems. What they will do? They take the loans. So if any problem arised suddenly, either death or any disease, so to face those, they took loans from the friends, even money lenders also. So if they take money loan from money lender, they have to pay more interest. Okay, so almost all of them are heavily indebted to these money lenders and often have to work for them. Most of them do not have any trade unions to defend their rights. So already we have discussed. So these who are working in an unorganized sector, so self-employed workers, hawkers, don't have any trade unions. So these workers constantly increasing in the country year by year. This type of workers, 90% of the workers are working in unorganized sectors. They are increasing not only because people are moving in from villages, but also due to the closing down of large factories and mills, because of financial problems, because of change in uh, change in fashions. Okay, so some factories may be closed down. So who lost the jobs? So what they will do? They work as a laborers in unorganized sectors. The workers of those factories now have to join the ranks of the casual workers. So looking at these problems, some trade unionists of Gujarat formed what is considered the largest trade union of the informal workers in the world. So after so many years, after seeing all these problems, so some trade unionists already who are having a trade union in a factories, they started trade union for informal workers. So that became the largest trade union of the informal workers in the world. So many joined in this trade union. Let us discuss about that. uh, Self-employed women's association, seva. Self-employed, already self-employed means those are not working under any employer. So, example, hawkers, vegetable sellers. Okay. So, these are considered self-employed. So, in 1971, a small group of migrant women cart pullers in Ahmedabad cloth market approached textile labor association. So who are working in small organization or self-employed workers approached to Textile Labor Association, TLA, to help them in improving their housing facilities. So TLA was the oldest and the largest textile workers union with which Mahatma Gandhi was closely associated. So it was oldest one. Okay, the union helped these women to form Seva in 1971, which later became a trade union in 1972. So this trade union is formed by the self-employed women. So those are not working in any organization. There is no any relation between employer and employee. Clear? So since then Seva grow continuously with women working in different occupations becoming its members. Not one organization. This is not belongs to one organization. So the women who are working in different places, occupations became the members of this trade union. Seva members have no fixed employee relationship and depend on their own labor for survival. They barely have any assets or working capital. So these are all small self-employed workers. Any self-employed woman can become a member of Seva by paying rupees 5 as membership fee. So the Seva helps self-employed women in addressing their grievances, improving their work culture and to become financially self-reliant in running their business. So how the Seva help to these self-employed workers? So by fixing the rate of the products, by fixing the wages of the maids, by providing some health facilities or PF or another cards, providing another schemes. So like that. So this Seva help to the women workers. Next, they will discuss with the government to improve their housing facilities like that. Okay, next. Hawkers, vendors, selling vegetables, fruits, fish, eggs, food items, household goods, new and old clothes, workers working in houses like weavers, potters, beadi and agrabatti workers, papad rollers, ready-made garment workers, artisans, manual laborers, and service providers like agricultural laborers, construction workers, contract laborers, handcraft and cart pullers, head loaders, domestic workers, laundry workers, cattle rearers, salt workers, gun gum collectors, etc. can become members of Seva. So these are all are self-employed people. Those are not working under any employer, any organization. So these are became the members in Seva and they get some facilities. Okay. About 13 lakh workers in 9 states in India are now members of Seva. That's why it is the one of the largest trade union in the world. Okay, Seva also runs a bank cooperative for its members and provides health insurance facility. So, how they run the bank? So, with the subscription money, and some people may save their money in the cooperative banks. With that money, they are running one cooperative bank to help their members. Okay, and they are providing health insurance facilities with the Seva. Seva also helps its members in marketing their produce and ensuring them fair wages. So these produce goods. So these self-employed produce their goods. So they sell their goods with the help of Seva. So Seva provide marketing to their products. Then they will get proper price. and even who are working in those organizations will get the proper wages. Like that, they started their own trade union to achieve their rights. Clear? So, like that, so many workers are working in different conditions. They are not getting some proper salaries, and they are not have proper rest. Even they don't have any facilities. Clear? We will discuss these issues in higher classes more. Okay? I think you understand the problems of the workers who are working in an unorganized sector. So, with this lesson is completed. So, write your own notes, points, and send to me. Thank you.